Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. And I'm here to report to you on this incident of an alleged foodborne illness or poisoning, which, as all of you know by now, happened at the Inares Port Arena, Pasig. And as of July 3, 2019, at 7 a.m., 2,500 packed lunch were distributed, and contained herein were chicken adobo, boiled egg with different taste according to some of those that partook of it. And also there was a rather rice, as described by me, by some of the patients, parang something panis, the rice that some of them took. And then after 3 hours, very sudden, very acute. Most of them, if not all of them, experienced several bouts of vomiting. So as of 3:40 p.m., the total number of patients admitted is 261. Okay, so it's going up. Medical CT, here is the breakdown: 100 for medical CT, 43 for this hospital, Rizal Medical Center, Victor Potenciano Hospital, 23, Pasig City Gen, 40, Cardinal Santos, 20, Tri-City Medical City, 20, Mandaluyong Medical Center, 5, Hospital ng Makati, 4, and Amang Rodriguez, 6. So this is quite a huge number, but suffice it to say that our hospital, the government hospital in general and in particular the Rizal Medical Center, is fully equipped to deal with these cases, and we have no problems in terms of supplies of needed medicines and rehydrating fluid. And so this should be good for everyone, and all possible clinical management, best practice clinical management is being done for our patients. And I have heard from Dr. Rica, the CMPS, the Deputy Chief, that we have already discharged about 7 patients, and I think there will be some more expected to be discharged. So we just have to monitor the conditions of the patient, which are the most important consideration as of this time. So I understand that the suspect cases of food poisoning could be due to a toxin from Staphylococcus aureus, and this could be the culprit or the causative organism waiting for validation, though. And how many days before we know that it is definitively Staph aureus toxin that caused this very acute episodes?
If we're going to do a culture, it will probably take about 40 to 72 hours to grow it.
Okay, so 2 to 3 days. Okay. But for all practical intents and purposes, the clinical manifestation strongly points out to a toxin causing it, derived from the bacteria known as Staphylococcus aureus. Okay. So, any questions? It could have come from the egg, because the more common report is that the egg tasted foul, if not spoiled. So we cannot discount the rice. And it could be a contamination already. So it might not be easy to differentiate whether it's purely from the egg, from the adobo, from the rice. So there you are. That is why it is very important to remind the public of the correct preparation of food, and we cannot afford to be waiting, for so much time before these perishable goods are taken in. No? So there's a risk. No? But anyway, it's unfortunate, but we are doing everything as best as we can for all of our government hospitals, and same is true for the private hospitals. So I think the patients who are PhilHealth members are rest assured that they will be given the support necessary, as is the mandate of PhilHealth as the insurer of our Filipino patients. Yes.
Bacteria or that we discovered in the food, what could have led to it based on how long bago mag-develop yung
Yeah, probably, Doc, you can answer that. Very acute. How many hours before the onset?
For such short incubation period, we're strongly suspecting Staphylococcus because toxins coming from this bacteria would cause the symptoms in a few minutes to 6 hours. For our patients, they reported 2 to 3 hours, from the time they ate the food items. So it's compatible with staphylococcal food poisoning. Cannot confirm that yet, but the symptoms are compatible.
In layman's terms, ito, panis. O na
Panis, contaminated. So how do we get it? Maybe during the time of preparation, maybe unsanitary practices during the time of preparation of the food. And like what was mentioned by Dr. Duque, the panis, maybe the storage. It was not stored at the correct temperature.
Sir, can we now say na food poisoning?
Yes. It's food
Confirm
poisoning.
na po siya.
It's very typical of food poisoning.
Any more question po?
Secretary,
Yes.
meron bang dapat na pangamba yung mga isinugod sa hospital? Masasabi natin na ligtas. Lalong-lalong na galing ng probinsya itong mga ito, nagtatanong yung kanilang mga kamag-anak.
Oo, well, ang gaya ng sinabi ko, ang pangangasiwa ng mga kaso ng food poisoning na andito sa ospital ay kayang-kaya naman ng ating mga doktor at ng ating mga ospital at lahat ng mga healthcare professionals, mga nurses, mga medtechs, lahat po sila ay tumutulong sa pangangasiwa ng bawat kaso ng food poisoning na nandito ngayon sa Rizal Medical Center. At ganun din naman sa Amang Rodriguez, ganun din sa Pasig Gen. So, lahat po naman ito ay alam na nila di kahon, ika nga, kung ano ang pangangasiwa or management ng acute case ng food poisoning. So wala naman tayong pangamba, at ang ating po mga pasyente naman ay basta't susundin lang nila ang utos ng ating mga doktor, ang payo, ay dapat walang problema.
Sir, clarification. Bale, wala naman pong great danger doon sa mga nadala sa mga
Yung severely dehydrated.
There are two severely dehydrated elderly patients. I would 30s, not necessarily elderly, but 30-ish of age, and they are closely monitored. So we will we will just report the progress or the status of such two patients in particular.
But can we say po na out of danger naman po lahat, no more than 200 victims of food poisoning?
They are being hydrated in different hospitals.
Well, they are being hydrated, and which is the first fundamental, most important step. So for as long as they are hydrated, I am confident that they're going to be okay. But we cannot leave any stone unturned, so to speak. So kinakailangan po talaga natin tutukan at siguraduhin na gumaling ang malapatan ng nararapat na lunas hanggat sila ay okay na at pwede nang ma-discharge, no? Oo.
Sir, karamihan po ba dito? Medyo matatanda na talaga? Kasi
Yes,
mga Marcos
mostly
Loyalist,
maraming adults.
Gusto ko yung pag-handle sa kanila. Kasi kumpara po sa bata. Iba.
In the hospital, we have 30.
Aha.
In the hospital, 30 out of the 40, 38 yung adults and 5 pediatrics.
Out of 43, 38 are adults, and the rest pediatric age group. So, yun lang. I think we've answered most of the questions, unless there are last 2 or 3 more.
Yung sa treatment lang po ito, parehydration lang po, ito gano'ng katagal po bago na-discharge na ulit yung patient?
Well, the rehydration period should take about 48 hours. So just to ensure that they're on their way to full recovery, we have to make sure that the rehydration is complete.
What about when the patients leave the hospital? Is there anything that they should take note of? Maybe considering probably put in
Well, they will be advised. I think you're also giving them some symptomatic treatment of acute abdominal pain. And so we're giving also oral rehydration for home consumption, take home. And then some I heard are given Buscopan here. I don't know if you're also giving them Buscopan tablets.
It depends on their symptoms.
Okay, so it really depends on the symptoms of the patients.
Sir, sino po nag-provide ng pack meals po nila?
We don't have that information. Would you know who provided?
Actually, there was a birthday in the event at the hospital in the area. So, yun daw yun ang nakuha namin information.
Well, ang tanong, sino kaya daw ang naghanda ng pagkain? Caterer?
The caterer, hindi pa namin nakuha yung information about the name of the caterer.
I see.
So, that's supposed to be there sa Parklands. Therefore, there should be somebody who prepared it.
Sir, pag ganun ba, may pananagutan yung nag-prepare ng pagkain, may caterer? Pag ganyan po kadaming
Posible. Pero mahirap naman magsalita ng hindi tapos. Kaya antayin natin ang resulta ng investigasyon at doon natin malalaman kung may pananagutan.
So, epidemiological investigation.
So the epidemiological investigation is also ongoing, and we health emergency management team and they are in constant coordination with our hospital staff, our chief and deputy chief of the national government hospitals, and they've been deployed to the different areas, different hospitals, to get a fuller picture, a more complete picture of the problem.
ano yung ina-expect natin from the epidemiological investigation na output na results?
The food poisoning din ako.
Yeah, it's really a case of food poisoning at such a big scale, affecting more than 240, in fact 261, and we still are not sure whether the number will continue to rise. So we just have to wait, but what is important is they're in the hospitals, and ako po nananawagan doon po sa mga nakakain at kung pwede lang ho, wag niyong antayin na lumubha ang inyo pong mga kondisyon, magpunta na po kayo sa ospital para nang sa ganon ay malapatan kayo ng lunas at kayo po ay mapagaling sa lalong madaling panahon.
Pwede po kayo, Doc, sir?
Yes, Doc. Oo.
Tanong ko lang po ulit, pwede po paki-explain ano po yung most likely na nangyari po dito? Bakit nasira yung pagkain? Kung pwede po pagkain po, para mas
Pwedeng yung nag-prepare, hindi malinis yung mga kamay niya. Pwedeng doon nanggaling yung bacteria. So, yung bacteria na yon, punta sa pagkain, no, hindi kinain kaagad, pwedeng dumami, nag-produce ng toxin. So, yung toxin na yon, yun yung nagsanhi nung mga simptomas. Nagpagtatae, pagsusuka, pananakit ng tiyan.
Yung sa storage po, pwede bang hinasabi na
Kasi kung maghahanda ka ng pagkain in advance, no, at hindi ipapakain ka agad-agad, no, kailangan itago mo siya sa isang lugar na tama yung temperatura, no. Usually ire-ref mo 'yan kung hindi mo kakainin ka agad, no. So kung hindi siya naitago, hindi siya kinain ka agad, dapat nakatago siya sa isang kwarto, isang refrigerator na tama yung temperatura. Because otherwise, dadami yung bacteria.
Para kasi ang pagkain, parang culture. Yung pagkain, dadami sila, magpo-proliferate yung bacteria, mabilis yan eh.
Sa tamang temperatura, dumadami yung bacteria.
Pero ibig niya sabihin, yung tamang temperatura, yung mainit, yung
mainit.
ganito. Pero pagka yung sa refrigerator na malamig, hindi siya
hindi dumami.
dadami man, mabagal na mabagal. Not enough to reach, hindi aabot dun sa toxic level. Any more questions? Last 1 or 2 questions before we adjourn? Yes. Wala na? O, sige ho. Okay, so maraming salamat muli sa lahat ng ating po mga katuwang sa...